A few years ago, I made a video comparing NDAX and Newton, and so in this video, I'm going to take another look at the two and see how they compare to each other. In the first comparison video I had made, Newton was hands down the clear winner between the two. However, the crypto landscape has changed, and so let's see if my thoughts on the two are still the same, as both platforms have made significant changes since that video. So as you can see here, I've made a table and I'll go over each of these attributes one by one. So the first is with cash funding. As you can see, both are free to fund your account. Neither NDAX nor Newton charge a fee to deposit your money. As for their prices, NDAX's prices are close to market value, and the best buy and sell prices are based around that. As for Newton, the difference between the coin's market value and what Newton is charging for it varies. In a previous video I had made, I demonstrated that Newton was charging a fee as low as 0.84% and as high as 1.71%. Mind you that the spread can be even higher or lower, as their fees are dynamic and don't exactly stay the same all the time. If you're interested in that video, I'll leave a link to it in the video description. As for the trade fees, NDAX charges a 0.2% fee regardless of market making or taking. As for Newton though, they don't charge anything because their fee is already baked into their spread. Just because Newton doesn't charge a fee doesn't mean that you're not paying for it. With Newton, the price you see is what you get. In terms of cash withdrawal fees, NDAX has two options. The first option would be via e-transfer. It costs $1.50 and the maximum you can withdraw per day with it is $3,000. The other option is an electronic funds transfer, or EFT for short. It costs $4.99 and there are no limits as to how much you can send off. Just note that EFTs are only processed during bank business hours. As for Newton, cash withdrawals are free via e-transfer or a bank transfer. As for withdrawing one's crypto on NDAX, it varies. Each coin has its own withdrawal fee and it depends on the network as well. As an example, withdrawing Bitcoin has a 0.000399 BTC fee. However, withdrawing Bitcoin as a token on Binance Smart Chain, the fee is 0.000099. For Newton, the first $5 in network or mining fees are covered. This means that, for example, if you're wanting to send off some Ethereum and at the time it costs $8 in gas fees, you would need to pay $3 in Ethereum for the fees. In terms of the number of coins to trade, NDAX has 37 while Newton has 64. In terms of what coins that are exclusive to each one, for NDAX it's these ones here, and for Newton it's these ones here. This means that if you're looking for one of these coins to buy or trade, you can only get it here compared to the other. As an example, if you wanted TIA, you can only get it from NDAX and not Newton. The opposite would be true if you wanted Anchor. As for the pros, NDAX has an advanced trade dashboard. NDAX is an exchange rather than a broker where they directly sell and buy, so it's a given that NDAX would have these advanced charts and features. NDAX also has better prices and lower fees. Again, this is because their business model is different. NDAX profits off the trade fees as opposed to the spread like with Newton. For Newton, a pro is that they have more coins. This is assuming that you're looking for these particular coins to buy or trade though. The other pro is that in general, the coin withdrawal fees are lower compared to NDAX's. That said, if we look at the cons, they're pretty much what the other platform is lacking. For NDAX, they have high coin withdrawal fees, but for Newton, they don't have high withdrawal fees, and so that's a con for NDAX. As for Newton, their con is their prices or spreads. This would be a pro for NDAX as they have lower prices compared to Newton. So to conclude, if we look at what is good for who, I personally would say that NDAX is good for people who are looking to actively trade or for buyers who aren't withdrawing their coins either frequently or in small amounts. As for Newton, they're good for people who buy in small amounts and withdraw frequently and are looking for particular coins and don't mind a convenience fee because you can ultimately buy these coins for cheaper than what they're charging. However, that would require a few extra steps though. Now, if you're interested in comparing NDAX and Newton some more to see which is the better place to buy and sell from, I've created this calculator here which you can download and play around with yourself. I'll leave a link to it in the video description. Lastly, if you're interested in some sign-up bonuses with either NDAX or Newton, I'll leave them in the video description as well. With all of that said, I hope you learned something and thanks for watching.